Hey, it's Didrik here. Today I wanted to talk about employees and specifically veterinary employees. And you know that it's hard at the moment, no matter where you are in the world, to get vets, and they're also entering the workforce with more and more pay demands. But the thing is, a lot of the modern generation of vets, it's not about the money. It's not whether you offer them 40,000 or 60,000 or 80,000 or 100,000 or whatever. They're not driven by money like the previous generations, especially the baby boomers like me or the Gen Xers. So what I'd like you to do is think laterally about what package can I offer a potential employee that's going to really, juice them up and make them excited about joining my practice and staying on. And so this is something I work with my coaching clients and my inner circle all the time. And I've got some ideas here that we've used and that work, and my clients use this consistently to engage, attract a potential employee, veterinary employee, and then keep them. So I'll go through these ideas. They're quick, they're succinct, and pick out the ones that you think are going to work for you and use them. This is all about thinking laterally. As I said, these strategies are actually in place as we speak and come out of the mouths of my coaching clients, if you like. So let me go through them with you. So giving the wives or the girlfriends a mobile phone and a mobile phone allowance up to, say, $150 a month. And even if the teenage kids, you could give them the same thing. So $150 a month, 12 months, that's what, $1,800. It's neither here nor there in the wages package, but it could be a huge attraction device for a potential new employee. If they've got one adult teenage child, $3,600. Again, neither here nor there, but so many potential employees will love that strategy. Another one is unlimited home internet. So, and you could do both. You could give them both. You could give the wife or the partner or the boyfriend or whatever an $150 phone and pay for their unlimited access, internet access at home. Great strategies, are really engaging for some of the newer generations. Then we have more holidays. So rather than the standard in Australia, it's 4 weeks holiday. I know a lot of other countries it's a lot less, but let's work with the Australian numbers. Rather than giving them 4 weeks holiday, you could give them 5 weeks or 6 weeks. And you may be saying, oh, no, we can't do that. Well, yes, you can. Every country has its down season. In the States, it's typically at the top half of the year from October through to February, March. Australia and South Africa, it's typically the bottom half of the year from April through to August. The practices are a lot quieter. And typically those times of the year, you could do with one vet less or a half a vet less, even if you're only a 2 or 3 vet practice. So what you would do is you'd give them their normal 4 weeks holiday at whatever time of the year they like, and those extra 2 weeks holiday they have to take during your quiet season. You could do the same thing with sick days if they've got kids that are at a school. Typically kids get sick a lot and need their mothers to care for them. And so you could give them an increased amount of sick days that they could spend at home, or personal days, whatever you call them. And that again is very engaging, especially if you've got a married mum with kids that you're trying to entice to work in your veterinary practice. Another one is the type of car they drive. This is typically if they're a large animal practice or a car is part of their wages package. Now, this one comes personally from me. I was employing vets only, 10 years ago now, 8 years ago now, and there was a vet I really wanted to attract. He was just the perfect fit for my practice, and a car was part of the salary package that we had offered him. It was like a $100,000 package and included car and a few other bits and pieces. And the swinging vote for him was the type of car he wanted, as it was a souped up, Mazda. And he had another practice that was actually offering him more money, but the fact that he got the car he wanted from me brought him over to my side of the fence. So very little extra cost, but hugely beneficial for the practice. And then the last thing I want to share with you is CE, continuing education. And again, I have a number of clients that are doing this at the moment. So one of my clients in Western Australia took his whole team, and that's 3 vets. That's him and 3 others, 4 vets. He put a locum in the practice 1 day a week and took his whole team to a 3-4 day conference on the Gold Coast. That's in Queensland for people that aren't in Australia. And paid all their expenses, air flights and conference expenses and accommodation, the whole deal. They're still talking about it 9 months later. I've got other clients will take their team from Australia to the US. I've got people from the US taking their team to the UK and to Europe for conferences. If you don't want to take the whole team, just take that one person, send that one person and pay all their expenses. The cost again is totally tax deductible. It's negligible in the overall scheme of things. And if someone can say, well, my boss sent me 10 hours plane flight away to go to a conference and it was in a different country, and wow, I got a few days extra R&R there. Well, how good is that if it brings them onto your bus? The other thing, of course, rather than conferences, is some sort of pro bono work. There are plenty of vets that would love to work with the wildlife in certain countries, or with underprivileged people and pets in their own country. So there's all sorts of opportunities for you to send your vets to these various areas and pay for their accommodation, etc., etc. And you can even give them a week extra to do something like that. And then one other idea is, and we did this in our practice as well, is to give them 1 extra day off a month, or every 2 months, or every quarter, to work in another business. So typically in our practice, everyone got a day off every quarter to work with, and most of them wanted to work with the underprivileged, so they could go and work in a women's shelter or in a soup kitchen or something like that. So that one's not for everyone, but there are people that will be attracted to your team if that's the sort of bonus that they can get. So hope this has given you some lateral thinking ideas of how to engage potential employees and keep them on your bus. See ya.